one, we're going to verify this trig identity by writing in terms of sine and cosine for this left-hand side, and we want it to equal our right-hand side. So first, let's just break up tan and cotan using our quotient identities. So that's going to be sine of theta divided by cosine of theta minus cosine of theta divided by sine of theta. And the denominator is the exact same thing, but has a minus. Cosine. All right. Now I'm going to deal with this one later, just to save some room and not be so confusing. So we're going to add this one a little later. I'm going to get my common denominator here, which is cosine theta times sine of theta. So I'm going to talk about this. Basically, we need a sine theta here to make it match up. So we have to multiply this by sine theta. So that's going to be sine squared theta. This one, we need the cosine to match the new denominator. So we have to also multiply this. So that's going to be minus cosine squared of theta. All right. The same thing's going to happen here. So you get sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta. And this is the same denominator. Oops. Cosine. I'm used to writing sine first. All right. Now, so we're to divide this out. We already know this equals 1 because that's our Pythagorean identity. So that equals 1. And we have this form of A divided by B, and then we have C divided by D. And for rationals, that's going to end up being A divided by B. Keep, change, and flip. So basically what you're doing is you're going to keep the first part. So that's sine squared theta minus cosine squared theta divided by cosine theta sine theta. Right, times. Now we're going to write, since we're timesing it, we're going to write the D part first. This is your D and C. Cosine theta sine theta divided by 1. So this cancels, and we have sine squared theta minus cosine squared theta divided by 1. So we have sine squared theta minus cosine squared theta divided by 1, which is that. Now, don't forget we were leaving this 1 separate, so let's go ahead and add the 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and rearrange this. This is really sine squared theta, and I'm going to go ahead and put rearrange this. So I'm going to put plus, and I'll go ahead and put in parentheses 1 minus cosine squared of theta. Now we know that sine squared of theta, according to our Pythagorean identities, if you subtract cosine squared, that equals 1 minus cosine squared theta. And we're doing this because we have to keep our eye on what we want. So we don't want any cosines here. So I'm going to change this to sine squared. So I have sine squared theta plus sine squared theta. Well, that's 2 of them. So that equals 2 sine squared theta. And that is your final answer. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.